What's up, everyone? So, NVIDIA just revealed the official NVIDIA GeForce RTX 50 series graphics cards. They also revealed the new gaming laptop as well. It's powered by the new Blackwell GPU architecture, and they just made a lot of changes for when it comes to AI upscalings and neural rendering capabilities for gamers and content creators like myself. So here, this is the official NVIDIA article website. Yes, it was posted by Andrew Burns, January 6, 2025. So I'm gonna read it. It's powered by NVIDIA Blackwell GPU RTX architectures, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 50 series graphics cards, and laptops that accelerates frame rates up to 8 times using NVIDIA DLSS4 with multi-frame generations, reduced latency, up to 75% using NVIDIA Reflex 2s, enable next level graphical fidelity for gamers and creators, yep, and much more. So here's the video, and we're going to play this video and see what it looks like. Well, so that was it. It's a really awesome trailer video with the announcement of 50 series graphics cards. And yes, yeah, there was a video that was recorded, during the presentations. Yep, it was pretty awesome. Everyone was super excited, really hyped up, with this new gaming graphics card, which a lot of people have been wanting for a very long time. So moving on, I'm gonna continue to read this article. So the very first example of neural rendering with DLSS, they use lower resolution render frames as the input to a neural network. Train output full resolution frames. DLSS has since evolved to the point where it can generate entire frames and understands the composition of a scene, including shadows, reflections, occlusion, generate images that are better than native rendering. With the invention of DLSS 4, with multi-frame generation working in unison, and with the complete suite of DLSS tech, we can multiply frame rates by up to 8 times over traditional brute force rendering and provide image quality that is better than native rendering. Yeah, it sounds really exciting with the brand new, DLSS4 technology. Although I believe that DLSS4 is going to be really exclusive for the Blackwell GPU architecture. And except that was it the RTX 40 series graphics cards, because I don't think it's going to work with the 40 series graphics cards. So it's kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. They always have to make sure that this latest technology can work with the latest GPU architectures, which is Blackwell. So it is what it is, but yeah, you pay what you get. Moving on, so they've integrated neural networks inside programmable shaders to create neural shaders. The RTX neural shaders will drive the next decade of graphics innovations that can be used to compress textures by up to 7 times, saving massive amounts of graphics memory, used to create cinematic quality textures, even more advanced lighting effects in games. That's pretty cool. Yep, this is what it actually looks like with the Blackwell architectures. Yeah, yeah, it's really complicated. It's just so expensive, to make this kind of chip. It's so freaking expensive. This is gonna be like a $1 trillion investment. But anyway, moving on. So with up to 92 billion transistors, the Blackwell is the most powerful consumer GPU ever created. The Blackwell Stream multiprocessor SM has been updated with more processing throughputs, tighter integration with tensor cores in order to optimize performance with neural shaders. Blackwell is enhanced by several hardware and software innovations to improve a shader execution reordering. The reordered logic is twice as efficient, increasing the speed and precision of reordering, which accelerates the performance of neural shaders. The Blackwell tensor core has been built up with massive amount of AI processing horsepower that can accelerate with FP4 precision models. Yeah, I just hope it can, render, with higher image quality, but also able to maintain, higher frame rates. Of course, it depends on the game too, because the game has to be patched in order to work with, DLSS 4. So yeah, of course, yeah, it does takes time to, release the patch. The help frame tracing requirements, next gen, multi-frame generation, Blackwell architecture was built with enhanced hardware flip metering capabilities to provide the speed and accuracy for smooth, high quality experience. The Blackwell also features the brand new RT cores designed to ray trace massive amounts of detailed geometry. The RT cores have 2 times the ray triangle intersection rate of the previous gen, enhanced compression design to reduce memory footprints. This allows the GPU to ray trace levels of geometry that were never before possible. Interesting. Here's what's interesting is that the GPU does support PCI Express Gen 5, so make sure your CPU and the motherboard has to support PCI Express Gen 5 in order to get more bandwidth and you get more speed. And not to mention, this card does support DisplayPort 2.1b with USB R20 interface. So what that means is, the monitor will also support DisplayPort 2.1. But although you have to buy the monitor that has to support DisplayPort 2.1. So with that, you don't have to worry about, running with the so-called DSC or display streaming compression. Because if you run DSC, yeah, it's gonna show a black screen when you alt tab it. When you run exclusive full screen. Although if you run in like borders with a full screen, yeah, it's okay, it's fine. You're not gonna notice the input lag difference. It's just negligible. But yeah, it should be able to output more colors, higher resolution, higher, bit rates, the refresh rates, everything. It should run no problem, and it can drive up to 8K resolution at 165 hertz. That's insane. We don't know what's the highest color bit depth, but usually it's usually 8-bit plus FRC. That's basically 10-bit. Those are the most common the gaming monitors that's available right now. So they did also talk about the gaming laptops with all the new Max-Q technologies such as advanced power gating, low latency sleep, accelerated frequency switching, to save battery life up to 40%. Well, yeah, of course, it really depends on the game and how long you play, and it also depends on your brightness because it does affect your overall battery life expectancy. So yeah. So moving on, yep, the Blackwell GPU is incorporated with the world's fastest video memory, GDR7. Finally, this is what I've been waiting for a very long time. I know we've been stuck with GDR5, GDR6, then there's GDR6X. That wasn't enough memory bandwidth to to output all these this textures. So that was a huge problem in the past. But thankfully, we finally got the GDR7. This is what I've been wanting for a very long time. Finally, we're getting the new video memory this year. Yes, it does run up to 30 gigabits per second. So, yep, it can deliver up to 1.8 terabytes per second of memory, but that's insane. That's like almost 2 terabytes per second. Although of course, yeah, you can overclock it, which can run almost close to 2 terabytes of memory bandwidth. That's gonna give you a lot of frame rate boost. I just can't wait to overclock it when I get my hands on it. I think sometime around February, yeah, because the card should be available on January 30th this year, this month. Yeah, so it's gonna be available on most retails like Amazon, Newegg, B&H Photo Video, what else? Micro Centers, and there's other stores that you can look at. I think they might sell on Best Buy, although it's gonna run out pretty quick because not a lot of people buys on Best Buy. Usually they tend to buy new graphics cards on Newegg. Those is the most popular website. So let me see. January 30th, the RTX 5090, 5080 arrives on Store Shop. Yep. So be sure to look on the calendar. So I'm gonna keep on this almost every day just to make sure it doesn't run out of stock. I just hope to God that it does not run out of supplies by the time it is available on January 30th, because I have to get a new graphics card. I've been waiting for this for a long time. So what else? The RTX 5070 Ti and the RTX 5070 will be available starting in February, which not a lot of people care. Nobody cares about that. Mostly they care about is the 5090. Some people care about 5080, yeah, but vast majority, the enthusiast gamers, they want the 5090, even including myself. That is what most PC gamers care about. So there will be a limited founders editions of the RTX 5090, 5080, 5070 worldwide. Yes, there will be a stocked, basically, stock settings and factory overclock from board partners like ASUS, Colorful, GameWard, Galaxy, Gigabytes, Inno3D, KFA2, MSI. I love MSI. I like ASUS, Gigabytes, Palace, PNY, and Zotac. Although there's no more EVGA because EVGA already just stopped the partnership from NVIDIA, so you're never going to see any new graphics card from EVGA anymore. Not this time. But still, I'm just looking forward to get either, the ASUS, Gigabytes, or MSI. Those are the brands that I care. Maybe Zotac, but mostly I look at either, the ASUS, the Gigabyte, or MSI. Those are the best, the add-in cards that I'm looking forward to it. Yes, there will be some, pre-built systems like includes like Falcon Northwest, Main Gears, Origin PCs, etc. So yeah, here this is the comparison with the 5090 that's 2 times faster than RTX 4090, obviously. So yeah, you can just look on YouTube and see it for yourself. But I'm not gonna play because I already know 5090 is already faster than the RTX 4090. I just want to go into depth for these specs, the release dates, everything. So with a 32 gigabytes of GDDR7, 1,792 gigabytes, that's like 1.8 terabytes of memory bandwidth, 21,760 CUDA cores, 680 with the 5th gen Tensor cores, 170 4th gen RAID RT cores. Yep, this is new powerful graphics card. Yes, it does support DLSS 4. This is Blackwell exclusive. Yes, it will run most games like Cyberpunk 2077, excuse me, Alan Wake 2, Black Myth, Wukong, nice, enabling RTX 5090 owners to play 4K 240 hertz or 240 frames per second with full ray tracing, everything on max. Yep, because I do have a 4K 240 hertz OLED monitor, which I'm using the ASUS RG Swift PG32U CDP. It runs fantastic at 4K 240 hertz. It's so freaking good. I'm just super excited to get this new card. Yeah, so this is the benchmark comparisons with DLSS, full ray tracings. There's just ray tracing, and there's all the list of games they compare it. Yeah, pretty exciting. Yeah, so the image generation is 2 times faster with half the memory using FP4 RTX 5090 compared to FP16 on a G4 RTX 4090. The FP4 is a lower quantization method similar to file compression, decreasing model sizes. Okay. Okay. So the G4 RTX 5090 will be available from January 30th, starting at $1,999 US dollars. So I think that's just what it shocks a lot of customers out there right now, because oh man, because this card is gonna get so expensive to buy. You know, imagine if this card comes out on January 30th from like um Newegg, for instance, man, we don't know how much it's gonna cost, man. It could be it could be extremely expensive, like maybe between, I don't know, maybe $2,200 or $2,500. We don't know yet, but I doubt it's gonna cost between maybe $2,100 or $2,200. That includes sales tax, because I do have to pay sales tax in the state of California. Yeah, it's a lot of freaking money. This is no joke. And I'm pretty sure, you know, a lot of people can't afford to buy this new graphics card. Yeah, it is. I do agree that this card is insanely, it's expensive. But it doesn't matter to me because I still have to buy it. I really do have to buy a new graphics card because I need more performance, and I also need more performance for my productivity because I do animations. I take really serious. I'm still learning. And I also do video renting as well. Okay, so what else? So yeah, there is a picture of this of founders editions. I believe it should be a dual slot. Yeah, it is a dual slot. Thank God, because I know some people don't want to use like a big case, but you know, some people may use like a mini ITX cases or mid tower cases. Yeah, that's fine. You know, not everybody wants really big cases, but yeah, it's completely understandable. Yeah. So is a screenshot of what the founders edition looked like. Yep, it's got dual fans. Yep, it's pretty much standard. You know, a little bit of alloy designs or shrouds, however you want to call it. Um, yeah, they did made some changes like 3D vapor chambers. Yeah, they did change some made some changes for like, you know, the bag as well. So yeah, so it should like be able to disperse more heat when you know, like doing some gamings or productivities. Yeah, it should be able to run cooler, you know, usually around like 70-75 degrees Celsius, depends on the game you're playing. Yeah, but yeah, it should run no problem. But I really want to buy the third party vendors like ASUS, MSI, or Gigabytes, you know, because they actually design, you know, like better heat pipes, heat fins, the fan designs, etc. You know, and it looks aesthetically better. So that's why I'm still waiting for it. So the RTX Founders Edition has been purposely designed to increase cooling capacities and capabilities by leveraging new design innovations, a liquid metal, TIM, or thermal interface materials, and unique three-piece PCBs. Yeah, they'll talk later about these designs. Yeah, I can't wait to look for it. RTX 5080 is twice the speed of RTX 4080, obviously. Yeah, it's not like really surprising to me because I'm not really excited for 5080, but I'm really excited for 5090. But I know some of you guys are looking forward to get RTX 5080. Let me see. So thanks for the Blackwell architecture, DLSS4, multi-frame generation with all new 5th gen tensor cores, 4th gen RD cores, 16 gigabytes of GDR7 that can provide up to almost 1 terabytes per second of memory bandwidth. That's kind of disappointing because, you know, this card is going to cost like $1,000 for only 16 gigabytes. because the problem is, the most newer games nowadays, they can consume more than 16 gigabytes of video memory. Although, of course, really depends on the resolution. If you're doing 4K, yeah, I guarantee you, this game can consume more than 16 gigabytes of video memory, and that's gonna cause a lot of performance hit because once you reach that limit, it has to swap the memory between your RAM and your video memory. That's gonna cause stutter. Nobody wants that. Or in order to avoid the stutter, you have to lower down texture. But when you lower down the texture, it's gonna look so ugly, so blurry and muddy. Nobody wants to see that. No, nobody. So that's why I don't want to get this card, because 16 gigabytes video memory is just simply not enough. It's really not enough. You have to get the most video memory, which this is why you have to buy 5090. It's highly recommended. I guarantee you, someday later, by the time, Doom Dark Age is gonna come out, God, we don't know how much video memory is gonna consume. Man. It could consume more than 24 gigabytes of video memory, because I heard that this game does have some like an open world elements. Yeah, it has to render a lot of character models on the screen, a lot of objects, a lot of textures that needs to be streamed. So that's why I'm afraid that you have to get a 32 gigabytes of video memory in order to crank out all the settings. That's just what most enthusiast gamers care about, including myself. So anyway, at 4K with full ray tracing, settings max, the RTX 5080 owners can play Alan Wake 2, Black Myth Wukong, Cyberpunk 2077 at high frame rates, as around twice as fast on average compared to GeForce RTX 4080. So this is all the benchmark comparisons. DLSS, full ray tracing, and just ray tracing. So here, the RTX 5080 will be available on January 30th. Yep, starting at $999 US or $1,000. That is, wow, damn, that's not worth the value in my opinion. No way, $1,000 for only 16 gigabytes of video memory is just unjustified. No way. I don't think a lot of people are gonna buy it. No. I think there's going to be a lot in stock because vast majority of PC gamers are not going to buy 5080. I guarantee you, when that car comes out on January 3rd, people are going to buy swiftly on the 5090. I guarantee you, it's going to run out so fast. And the problem is that you got all these scalpers. They're going to try to quickly buy as they can so that they can resell for God knows how much they're going to sell it, maybe $4,000 or maybe $5,000 on eBay. Nobody wants to buy from scalper. Just don't buy it for scalper. Always buy from the official retailers like Newegg, for example. Yeah, just even if it runs out, you have to be very patient. I know it takes time to, deliver more supplies. It could take maybe weeks or months, in order to, have more supplies for everybody who needs to buy a new graphics card. So yeah, so that's why I have to, keep you on the clock, the calendars. Hopefully, I will get it on January 3rd. That's why I'm gonna, wait until midnight or maybe stay overnight until the card's available. Now I'm gonna instantly buy it right now, with my credit card. Okay. Anyway, so. Using KLUs of Blackwell architectures and the power of DLSS 4 with multi-frame generations. The frame rates are 2 times faster than the RTX 4070 Ti's at 1440p, full ray tracing, other things. 5070 Ti owners can play Alan Wake 2, Black Myth Wukong, Cyberpunk 2077 at high frame rates. Here are the benchmarks comparisons. All right, and the RTX 5070 Ti will be available starting at $749 US. It's not a bad deal. If you're on a strict budget, yeah, this is a really nice card. Yes, if it's a little bit too much, yes, they do offer an RTX 5070 that's twice as fast as RTX 4070. It's got a 12 gigabytes, a GDR7 that can output 672 gigabytes per second memory bandwidth. Yep, the games comparisons, which I don't really care about. The 5070s. Yes, the RTX 5070 will be available starting at $549. Yeah, not bad for budget users. So, anyway, they did talk about some gaming laptops, and it should be coming out this March. So it's got like a really thin design for 14.9 millimeters. Yep, it can boost up to 40% battery life, thanks to the Blackwell MaxQ innovations. Yep, more performance, better battery lives. The Blackwell has significantly faster low power states, low latency sleep, allows GPU to go sleep more often, saving power even when the GPU is being used. Yep. Etc. I just don't want to go into too much details because I don't really use a laptop a lot. I know some of you guys do care about gaming laptops, but I'll read it out. So the RTX 5090 laptop GPU, it's got a 10,496 CUDA cores, 1,824 AI tops, and a 24 gigabytes of GDR7 video memory. That's not bad. I wish they put 32 gigabytes of GDR7 video memory. If you take really serious when it comes down to gaming and productivities. Yep, it's got this latest, NVIDIA NVENC encoders. Yep, very important when you do recordings, video encodings. Yeah, so it will also be available with RTX 50A, 5070. I think they will also maybe later down the line, release the RTX 50 series, maybe sometime around summer. Yeah, but who knows? We have to wait and see. So yeah, they did talk about NVIDIA DLSS 4, multi-frame generations, enhancements, all DLSS. Yep. Hopefully, we get much faster rendering times, and also address, the latencies. Yeah, because in the past, the DLSS 3 does suffer some latency issues, but with DLSS 4, it should be able to render much faster. Although it has to combine with the NVIDIA Reflex 2. So yeah, that really helps reduce the input lag by up to 75%, which they call it frame warp. So it will basically, it just further reduce latency by updating the game frame based on the latency mouse input right before it sends to display. It's just the display lag. Yeah, you can watch the video on YouTube. Which they'll explain to you in details how does NVIDIA Reflex 2 works. Okay, so the AI power tools for creators added some hardware support or encoding and decoding the 4x2x2 pro grade color formats, staggering 11 times encoding speeds. Yeah, I want more encoding speeds. 9th gen NVENC video encoders include 5% improvement to HEVCs, AV1 encoding qualities, nice. And the new AV1 Ultra quality mode that offers additional 5% improvement to encoding efficiency. And 6th gen NVIDIA decoder is able to decode playback up to 4K 60 4x2x2 video streams. Yeah, because we was hoping like Twitch gonna support the NVENC, the AV1 codec. I hope they will support it, as well as YouTube. YouTube needs to support the latest AV1 codec. I really hope they'll change the servers in the near futures. They really have to make a lot more investments. They gotta fix that. So the live streamers will get the new AI upgrades from Streamlabs. I don't really use Streamlabs, but although I use was it the OBS or Open Broadcast software? That's the most popular live streaming software that most live streamer uses. So you got this new intelligence streaming assistant powered by NVIDIA ACE and more AI, capable of joining you on stream as a sidekick, helping you produce your streams or assisting you any technical issues. You got the NVIDIA Broadcast Upgrade, which offers 2 new effects: a studio voice to improve your mic quality, and virtual key lights to really light you with AI. I don't know about that. The DLSS multi-frame gens. Yeah, I already talked about this. 2 times more performance. 3D scenes applications like D5 render. Okay, I don't know about that. The NVIDIA RTX Remix is adding the RTX neural rendering technologies, even more features in the near future. Then you got RTX Video, which upscales video by removing compression artifacts and sharpening edges. And you got the RTX Video HDR, which converts standard dynamic range to vibrant HDR, is getting updated to increase GPU usage by 30%. Ooh. And RTX Video Super Resolution can now upscale HDR10 video content as well. Yeah, that's pretty exciting. That's really helpful, so that I don't want to have to deal with these freaking lame artifacts while not wasting too much GPU usage. Yeah. Let's see. You got the Project Gia says help you optimize PC with AI. You don't really have to unless you're really new to it. Yeah. Um. But you have to use your own judgment. You know how to optimize your own PC, which I use. Most people do it by themselves. That's why it's called PC DIY or do it yourself. So yeah, you just have to figure out yourself how to optimize your own PC rig. Yeah, so a lot of people are so freaking excited with the RTX 50 series graphics card. I'm really super excited and I can't wait to get it. Yeah, so they will over time they will reveal more information, going in depth with this new RTX 50 series. The specs, thermal design powers, the physical dimensions, what displays support display port they uses, etc. So yeah. Other than that, yeah, I believe there was, yeah, I did look on the ASUS website. Yeah, they just announced this new RTX 50 series. The was it the Astro model, if I remember correctly, because I did seen the video, but they haven't talked about like everything else. Like was it the RG series? Yeah, I was looking forward to see it, but I think they still have to like update their pages. But yeah, yeah, because that card does look interesting, and I was going to buy this card on Newegg. Yeah, it just looks sick. Look really cool. This new LEDs, new thermal pad design in order to to keep your GPU stay running cool while gaming or video editing and something like that. Yeah, that's why I'm super excited. It doesn't matter because I usually buy either Asus, MSI, or Gigabyte. Those are the brands that I trust so far, and yeah, yeah. I just want like a triple slot cooler with 3 fans and this really good aesthetics. That's the card I'm really looking forward to it. I don't want like a dual slot card with 2 fans. No, it's just not enough to keep the card run cool because I highly doubt that this card is going to draw like more power than the RTX 4090. So make sure you have a really good power supply in order to run this card because we don't. I think you have to use your own power supply, a calculator, in order to determine how much power this card needs to run. But it's not just your cards, but it's everything else that's running on your system, like your motherboard, your CPU, your fans, the amount of RAMs and amount of SSDs you install. So yeah, that's gonna affect your overall the power usage. So if you're just running like a was maybe single card, like the RTX 5090, I think you need at least I don't know, maybe I would say maybe 850 watts minimum. But if you're planning to overclock it, yeah, of course, it's gonna draw more power. You need at least maybe like 1,000 watts or maybe 1200 watts, you know, especially if you're doing a SOI. Yeah, SOI is going to consume a lot of power. I guarantee you. You need at least maybe a 1600 watt power supply. Yeah, so make sure you double check on the website, use your power supply calculators, and then this will determine, I know, how much power you need to, you know, to run this card and the whole system that you're running, like your CPU, your RAM, motherboards, all the fans that's been connected, and your SSDs, because it's gonna draw a lot of power. I guarantee you, it will draw, you know, maybe more than, maybe, I don't know, maybe 300, 400 watts, something like that. Just the card itself, but everything else, yeah, it can consume maybe 500 watts or more. That's for all the system that you're running with. So yeah, so make sure you double check on the website, run the power supply calculator, then it will determine how much power you need, you know, to run this graphics card, the RTX 5090, for instance. But since, you know, I have, like, you know, 1,000 watt power supply, I also have a 1600 watt power supply as well. So yeah, so I don't have a problem with the power issues. So yeah. But other than that, you know, you just gotta keep on the clock. You know, look on the calendar and just keep double checking on the retails, like Newegg, you know, Amazon, B&H photo videos. I know there's Micro Centers, about, and there's many other retailers that you can check it out. So make sure you double check on the website. Keep it on that. You know, you have to act quick, because the supplies is going to run out really fast on January 30th. I guarantee you, it will run out really fast. You have to act quick before it runs out. But no matter, because, you know, even if it runs out, you just got to be patient. You know, I try to get it, and it runs out so quickly. I have to wait over maybe a month or so, maybe a month or two to buy it. So that's why I got my hands on RTX 4090. It took me maybe almost, I think, a month and a half to get it. So yeah, hopefully I will get it, the RTX 5090, on January 30th this month. Okay. So with that, I'm gonna, you know, end this video. So if you guys, if you guys are really excited to buy this card, the 50 series, just let me know with the comments down below. You know, I'd love to hear your thoughts and your opinion. You know, which card you're gonna buy. Are you gonna buy the RTX 5090, or are you gonna buy the RTX 5080, 5070 Ti, or the 5070? Let me know it. So take care, guys.